The Statistics module allows you to configure grids and charts with both the metadata contained in your upload and the analytics applied to your dataset by Keatext. You can access the Statistics module by clicking on this icon. Depending on the size of your dataset, it could take a moment to load. This module works on the principle of pivot tables. If you have more than one dataset, click on the Sources icon and choose the source you want to use. We will use Telco NPS Survey, a one-question survey asking how likely you are to recommend their service. Select the Options icon to choose your layout options. You can set grand totals, subtotals, and layout. I like to work with the classic form. Then you choose the fields you want to see in your grid. On the left, you have all the fields to choose from. These include the analytics that Keatext applied to your dataset. By default, they are all selected. Deselect the ones you will not be using. Drag the field you want to use and drop it in the appropriate box. I'm interested in the sentiment, by location, and I want to be able to filter down further by generation. The value I will use is statement expression. Select the arrow to choose your aggregation function. I'll go with count. When you're ready, select Apply. You're taken to the grid view of your data. You can choose a chart from the drop-down. If we choose the stack column chart, we can see the volume per location. There are a lot of statements from Brooklyn, and comparatively fewer from New York, Orlando, San Antonio, and Indianapolis. Let's get a better view of the ratios of praises to problems. We'll change the value to percent of row. And then remove mentions, questions, and suggestions. In this graph, the praises are in red and the problems are in blue, but you can change that on your export to whatever color suits your needs. Here we can see that this whole area, the Bronx, Brooklyn, and New York, all have a low ratio of praises to problems. That's something we might want to dive further into. To drill down to the statement level, to get more information on the negative sentiment, double-click on the problem area of the bar. We could further segment by generation using the filter. Now we are only looking at the statements from generation X. You can export your chart in multiple formats in order to tailor it, for example, changing the color to suit your company branding.